Hello and welcome back to BookNerd TV. I know it has been almost 4 months since I last posted a video. The beginning of 2021 started out with a lot of promise and then quickly went to a wild and strange place for me on several fronts, from family members who fell ill. There was a snowstorm freeze here in Mississippi for a week where driving was perilous and people didn't have water, they didn't have electricity. It was really a very interesting time. And there were several things intersecting and colliding, and there was just no way for me to focus on reading. There was no way for me to even participate in the BookTube prize. I had to drop out of the BookTube prize. Sometimes life gets very interesting, and it was a little too interesting there for a second. But things have calmed down. Everyone is fine. And at this point now, we're all vaccinated. I will say that some aspects of sort of staying at home, sheltering in place, and those kind of things, those kind of shutdown things come far too easy for me. And so the habit of not going out, the habit of not being around people, those aspects can be negative for me when and as things open back up, and my anxiety sort of tells me, no, you really should be at home. Managing the anxiety has been work for me, consumes a lot of energy. I'm still not completely free of that anxiety. So I'm working on that, working on managing that. I'm an anxious person. And so I think that's just not something that's going to go away. That's just something that you have to learn to live with and to manage. And so that's what I'm doing now. And I think I'm doing a better job of it. My ability to focus and concentrate was just toast. It was hard for me at one point to even listen to a book. One in particular that I'm thinking of, Caste by Isabel, Wilkerson, is not a book that you read through quickly. And at the same time, I'm reading The Dead Are Rising and Wilmington Live, because those were some of the books that I was supposed to read for the BookTube prize. And, I had to drop out, but I still wanted to read the books. I bought them, might as well read them, right? But it's a lot after a year of just so much, So I say all that in my own rambling, tangent-filled way of saying that I am endeavoring to get back on my horse. I am endeavoring to start posting on the channel regularly again. Well, as regularly as I ever posted, but I'm going to try to get back into the game and start posting. I, again, have been reading, albeit very slowly in some cases. One of the books for sure that I have wanted to just take very slowly, surprisingly for me, is a romance. It's a contemporary romance book. It's everybody knows the book. And so while I hedge trying to remember the actual title because everybody knows it, and I'm sort of trying to build up the suspense and drama, I'm joking. It's oh darn it. It's the book by Talia, Hibbert, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I think it's Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Man, I hope it's Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And I've said it like 3 or 4 times, so if I'm wrong, I'm just going to be wrong on repeat. But anyway, it's Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I think, by Talia Hibbert. And I haven't read a contemporary romance book. I probably haven't read a romance book in the last few years that I have enjoyed as much as I have enjoyed this book. Now, I am only like 64% through the book because, one, I'm reading it slowly. 2, I'm using Get a Life, Chloe Brown as the sort of the dessert. So when it's something kind of boring, or writing that's moving kind of slow, or writing that's kind of intense for me for whatever reasons, or writing that's important and dense, and some things you just can't, well, okay, let me back that up. some things I can't just rush through, especially when it's dense and impactful for me. So, you have to read those things in snippets, or I have to read those things in snippets. And so my palate cleanser, or the thing that sort of brought me joy, is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So that's why it is taking me forever to read this book, because I kind of sort of don't want it to be over. So of course I went ahead and bought the next book so that when Chloe Brown is over, I can start on Danny Brown. And these I didn't buy them hard copy. I bought them as electronic books. So again, I'm going to be reading those slowly. Those books for me are just, they don't produce a lot of anxiety for me, and they are just escapists, and they are just how I, again, cleanse the palate and sort of reset after reading some fairly intense books. And so I need to stop reading intense books, maybe give myself a break on the nonfiction, but I enjoy the nonfiction. I know there's more than one way to experience life on the planet, in this country. So I want to know more about those experiences. And so reading as diversely as I can gives me the opportunity to learn things I didn't know. And I like that. And I like talking about that. And that's why I'm getting back on the horse and talking about it with you, but talking about it to you, at you, in the spirit of communication, but talking about it with you, through YouTube, through the comments. That's what I enjoy, and that is what I have missed. And now that things are on a more even keel for me in so many different ways, and hopefully on a more even keel for you in the various and sundry ways that really matter. Hopefully we can meet back here on this channel and discuss some books. If you've been with me for a while, thank you. Thank you so much for your attention and for your support. If you're brand new, check out some more of the videos and see if you might want to subscribe. Subscribe if you enjoyed any part of this, because it's a lot like this, only sometimes focused on a particular book or subject. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.